So I put on my thinking cap for this little reflection about suffering. Here's the deal. I want to start this off with a praise report. For the past 2 freaking weeks, this ear had been clogged. It all started when I was in the park walking one of the dogs, and I literally, maybe it's an exaggeration, but it felt like I sneezed like 30 times from the pollen. And I couldn't even believe how many, because I had never remembered being that affected. I would sneeze every once in a while from, the pollen, but not like that. Anyways, I'm here, standing here today, 2 weeks and a couple days later, to say that as of last night, all of a sudden, I felt like, wow, it's better. It's better. I felt like I had lost 50% of my hearing in the left ear. God bless, there are people who have no hearing, right? And my hat goes off to them. Because wow, it is very, very, things are very different when you can't hear. For example, just a simple thing. I heard my phone going off and I thought the phone was ringing in that direction one day. And it was actually right next to me, you see? And anyway, it had gone from 50% hearing loss, I would say, to about 75% the other day. And then last night, it was like 99.9%. And I would say today it's 100%. Thank God. Why am I talking about suffering then? So I'm just saying this is wonderful about my ear, right? Because that little bit of discomfort, let's say a little bit, for me it was a lot. I was, because I did get it treated and whatever. And that was scary because it still wasn't getting better. But here's the thing. I have a family member. My father's in the hospital. And I'm smiling because I'm trying to convince myself, think about the better things that could come out of this. It's hard, isn't it, to watch someone in your family going through a tough time and watching somebody suffer. I could just imagine for parents having to watch a kid go and have to get like if they break their arm and they have to get their arm reset or something. I can't even imagine, right? But we cannot be there 24/7 for our loved one, keeping them from any kind of discomfort. And in the case of someone who's in the hospital, unfortunately, sometimes it's the treatment for them to get better that it's going to be uncomfortable. So for the most part, my father's doing well. My miracle man outlived, different prognoses that doctors had for him, different ideas and whatever. But the fact is sometimes medication, certain ways of giving medication, they're not the most comfortable, right? And it's hard to watch. And the point is this: good things come out of suffering, whether it's the medication that helps a person to feel better, the medication administration helps a person to feel better, or it's the kid who has to get their arm reset in order for the arm to heal, or little old me who ended up with this hearing issue to give me more empathy, which I believe it did. It gives me more empathy to other people and the suffering that they're going through. And I just want to encourage you, if you're going through pain, something that I try to remind myself of, as I'm still dealing with another physical issue, which someday I will soon give a praise report on that, try to say, you know what, this is temporary. This is temporary. Just like we have one picture on our phone for the month, but then we look at the month, we have a lot more pictures. For the year, we have tons of other pictures, right? So this is just temporary, and we don't remember every single day. This is just temporary. This suffering too shall pass. There's good that comes out of every suffering. I'm sorry, and I pray to God for all those who are going through a difficult time right now. Lord, be with them through their suffering, and may they see the good through this time, right? Maybe it's the nice people that you encounter during this time, or you think about the encouragement you can offer others. So God, I pray for all those who are enduring suffering, and I ask you just to be with them and give them your comfort, and to guide all those caregivers and parents and loved ones who are trying to be strong for their relatives and help them to cope. And may you all have a blessed day. Amen.